is the Skeleton Bones back with some Minecraft Infinity Evolved modpack. And let's start this episode by dealing with the distilled water that we have been accumulating for the past couple of episodes, or probably even more. So what I'm gonna need for these coolant cells, by the way, these do not stack. That's why I'm gonna store this in this form, and only when I need these I'm gonna craft these up, but otherwise I'm just gonna store these coolant cells in the regular coolant cell form, not gonna convert them into 10k coolant cells. I'm gonna need to spend all of my mob essence that I have been accumulating. I'm gonna work on these while the team plates are being crafted up. So why did I need specifically the distilled water is because it requires a bit less lapis lazuli dust. I mean, it's not a huge amount, but when you are making up a lot of buckets of this, it's 32 buckets in each of these hardened portable tanks, and I would rather spend less lapis dust on this than going with regular water and using 8 pieces of lapis dust for each bucket of this fluid. 256 pieces of lapis. That's what we need, and it is 4 stacks of lapis dust. So what we do is set this machine, make sure to set this machine to fluid enrich, set this tank to output, and this will automatically fill this machine up with the fluid out of this tank. By the way, by stacking these tanks on top of each other, they will automatically transfer fluid down the line. The only disadvantage of using these overclockers, it also disproportionately increases the power consumption of the machine. So if you do not have a lot of power to provide to your machine, you might just reconsider using a lot of these upgrades. And then there's the disenchanter. Well, we actually, did I mark this here? No, it was one of the minor goals. I'm gonna try to enchant the books, and I'm gonna try to get the silk touch enchantment there for my and the quarry upgrades. Put this on top of this machine. It will fill up the machine with the essence, and similar to this setup, I'm just gonna put these tanks on top of each other. So I'm gonna put some books inside of that machine, so that it starts enchanting these books with level 30 upgrades. The only thing that I'm not sure about is I'm not sure if the Silk Touch enchantment is a level 30 enchantment. I'm just gonna leave it like this and see what enchantments will we get out of this. Oh yeah, by the way, I've bookmarked these things in case this method fails and I'm still gonna have to enchant a golden pickaxe by hand instead of using the bookshelves with enchantment power 1.0. I'm gonna use the mana pylons, which have enchantment power 8.0, which you can see on the tooltip. Instead of placing 16 of these, you could just use a couple of these. Well, since I do not have my reactor running, might as well put this reactor to use and start crafting up more of these, because I do have a lot of ender pearls accumulated there. The only thing that I'm lacking is probably the shiny ingots, which I don't have at all. The easy way to get the cinnabar, which is required to get the shiny ingot, by the way I've been getting it. I'm not gonna use this recipe to get the cinnabar. From now on, I'm gonna use the pulverizer, and since the cinnabar ore is just a byproduct of this recipe, I have these augments which increase the secondary output chests. While those things are being crafted up, might as well go down into the mines, get some redstone. I'm gonna take all of these and just pulverize them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did he have a mushroom in his hand? Might as well look into making the ender chest. But actually, before doing that, I'm gonna make up a translocator, item translocator. What I'm about to do is I'm gonna make up an ender chest. Since one of my goals is to move all this storage to the new base, I'm gonna use the ender chest system for that. What I've been thinking about is I need to replace this sugarcane with the cinder pearls. Before doing that, since I do not have these cinder pearl seeds at 10, 10, 10, I need to upgrade this. first. The creepers cannot see you while you are under the water, by the way. At least in 1.7. Don't know about any newer versions. Ten. So what do we have here? Alright. Actually, that's what I've been looking for. I'm gonna leave this machine to enchant all the books that it has here as much as it can anyway. I think that I'm gonna have to void the essence to get rid of this problem completely and actually get the useful stuff instead of getting the essence, and get the useful stuff like the actual experience orbs. I'm gonna use a vacuum hopper which can vacuum up the experience orbs, but the problem with this machine is that it doesn't really generate the experience orbs. What does generate the experience orbs is a spike from extra utilities, and we could also enchant it, but I'm not at that point just yet, because what I'm doing now is I'm crafting up an ender chest like that, and then an item translocator which is going to be pointing towards the draw controller. So this should work. It does. Well, there is the endstone automation using the smeltery. To disable this timer, you just simply need to provide it with a redstone signal. And that's a lot of electron tubes, will last us for a while. This recipe actually gives us a couple of these, so it's not too bad. So there's the mining drill. Well, and now finally we have this quest, the Ender Quarry and the Who Took My Mountain. I'm gonna go with the Ender Quarry. In my personal experience, it just works better. It's been Skeleton Bones with the Infinity Evolved modpack. I hope to see you all in the next episode, and until then, goodbye.